Oh, what are you doing? Oh, just mixing a make-believe something. Just kidding. I could be my own band. I'm a one-girl band. Yeah! Hey guys, it's me, coming to you live from my bed. Not my kitchen, from my bed. Gonna talk today about Thanksgiving and cooking and what are we making, and we're going to our in-laws or our parents or everyone's coming to our house, whatever the case may be. You might be at a loss. You might be like, what is my menu? What am I gonna do? Landyn, help me. Well, Landyn doesn't have all the answers, but I will share today a little bit about our Thanksgiving traditions, things that we're cooking, how to be helpful in the kitchen, and things like that. So let's get to it. This week on the website is going to be all about recipes. I mean, I'm just going to use this thing as a microphone. All about recipes. So I'm going to feature 2 side dishes, favorites of ours, and also a dessert. And then if you want to go back at any time, you can put in Thanksgiving food dishes in my website, and everything will pop up from years past. But we have some favorites. We don't veer off of it too often. You know, like you gotta have your mom's stuffing, or you gotta have that sweet potato casserole, or the green bean casserole, all those things. But sometimes you might want to add a little twist in there. I try to maybe take a vegetable that we really love and put a little spin on it. But again, it's one of those holidays where everyone doesn't want to veer too far from their favorites, especially if you're going home, like I said, to your family, and you're like, oh, my mom's stuffing, I can't wait. So there's a few things that I always make the same. One is my stuffing. My mother-in-law makes a fantastic corn casserole that's on the website. It's delicious. We make it for Easter and Thanksgiving and Christmas, and maybe if we're just craving corn. I don't know. But that's a good one. My grandmother makes a really good sweet potato casserole. She's from Alabama, so it's very southern. It has coconut and brown sugar and pecans on top. What else do we do? Of course, pumpkin pie. My mother-in-law makes this amazing pumpkin dream cake. All of these are on my website, so you can look back at any of those anytime you want. Let's talk a little bit about, okay, so for instance, you're going to be cooking, right? Do you get up early and listen to the parade? Are you prepping the night before? Are you doing it all day of? Like, what's your plan? Well, here's mine. My mom's either here or my mother-in-law's here, and this will be the first time this year in probably 17 years that we are actually going to someone else's house for the holidays. Again, when Steve played, it was right in the smack of the football season, so everyone came to our house, which I always love. But I gotta say, this year I'm really looking forward to getting in the car or getting on a plane and going to someone else's home. I'm really excited about that. For Thanksgiving, we're going to my parents in Florida, Belinda, and my dad, and so that will be lovely. I think my mom said there's like 40 for dinner, so it's going to be so fun and so chaotic and so crazy. Kids running around. Half of us will be in the kitchen drinking wine, talking about the other half that are outside. You know how it goes. So we're going to have a blast. I'm really anxious to get in the kitchen with my mom and cook. She already sent out a really cute email letting us all know what our jobs would be. I think Lily and I are on pumpkin pie and that pumpkin dream cake. So I'm going to bring my in-laws recipe to my mom's. And then I make a really kick-ass stuffing, I'm not going to lie. So I'll be making that. And then my husband and my dad are going to be on the turkeys. And then everyone else is bringing their favorite apps and desserts. And it's going to be really fun. My mom and I got on the phone the other day and had an idea about something to keep the kids entertained and occupied. So this might be something that could work for your family as well. But my parents live on this like tree farm, so they have a lot of really open property. But even if you had just a simple backyard, they have just all these little nooks and crannies and all these like low trees and things like that. So I said, Mom, let's order from Amazon like Indian feathers and cat guns and let the kids run around and play cowboys and Indians and you know, pilgrims and all that stuff. So we have a little craft table going to be set up for them to kind of decorate their own little Indian, you know, feather, little headdress kind of thing, and then make little pilgrim hats. And then my mom bought a bunch of like cap guns and arrows with like rubber little stoppers on them so no one pokes an eye out, of course. We're also going to have a softball game, a big softball baseball game out in the yard. So my mom ordered some bases. We're going to have a team. We're going to split up our family by teams and play like the softball tournament. I think it's going to be really fun. Our kids are all getting a little older. There's a couple little ones. My brother's wives have littler ones and such. But for the most part, I think the girls could be in the kitchen. The guys could be out by the grill. We could have a little wine flowing. The kids could be running in and out. And it really is, I think, a dream come true for my parents. And my grandparents are getting older. And just for us to all be together under one roof with a bunch of just organized chaos is going to be probably one of the best Thanksgivings we've had in a long time. So we're really, really looking forward to just all being together and just being with family. And that's honestly what it's all about. Good food and family. So hopefully, nothing sets on fire and no one pokes an eye out. Otherwise, we should be good. We're going to have full bellies and full hearts. And that is what's so, so important. I think of a couple things when I go to someone else's house. I want to make sure that I'm really helpful. People oftentimes, and my mom's notorious for this, and so am I, it's like, I'm fine, I'll do it. Maybe because you just want to do it yourself and you want to do it the way you want to do it. But I think it makes people feel really comfortable if you can give them a job when they come in. So the fact that my mom kind of sent out an email telling us what she wanted us to help with, I think it's going to be great. I think no one's going to be sitting in the background. Of course, don't be the person that's sitting there not doing anything. You can do anything. You could help set the table. You could wash a dish. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but we are going through bowls and cups and measuring cups and everything else. And I feel like it's just always so nice to be helpful. And honestly, sometimes maybe it's helpful to be out of the way in the same breath. So just decide on who your hostess is and how you can help them if you can, because they will really, really appreciate it. That we can get everything on the table and sitting down together in no time. The parade will be on in the background for us. We will eat probably around, I would say, maybe 3:00. We like to eat a little later afternoon because our family's favorite thing, and probably a lot of you, is leftovers. So for me, eating at 2 or 3, feeling gluttonous and just passing out, taking a nap, getting everything kind of tidied up, and then bringing out the dessert, and then maybe around 8 or 9, I'm like, ooh, I want to reheat some leftovers. So make sure you cook extra. My mom's making 2 extra turkeys so we can all have a little thing to take home with us. She also taught me a really cute thing. She buys a big case of mason jars, and then she layers everything from the dinner in the mason jars and sends everybody home with their own little basically Thanksgiving in a jar. So she'll layer mashed potatoes and stuffing and turkey and green beans and sweet potatoes and corn, and then a little dollop of cranberry sauce, and puts a little lid on it, and she puts a little thank you tag with it. And I mean, this is where I learned these things from, but we all get to go home with that. And it's honestly the perfect little amount, and the next day it's to die for. Even though everything's all mixed together, it's all going in one place right here in my belly. So she's just a wonderful hostess. So I learned so much from her, and I'm really excited again to be back home and share Thanksgiving with my family. So I'd love to know what your traditions are and what you've got cooking, but all this week to, come back to the website this week and check out the recipes and everything about Thanksgiving. So anyway, I'll talk to you soon.